Hello, I'm 𝗂𝗂𝗫𝗃 from Thermal Control Magazine. We would be just sharing the perspective about the drives with Mr. AR Madhusudan, Business Line Manager, Drive Products, ABB India. So, what is the market growth of AC drives you see for various industries?
If you look at the market of drives, it is into almost every sector. There may be almost close to 20 segments which we operate. And traditionally, there is a heavy industry market which is required for day-to-day activities that requires heavy investment, heavy industry with metal, cement, paper, all these segments. Oil and gas. So there we see a growth which is in line with our GDP growth, what we see. But then there is a market which we call as light industries, HVAC, food and beverage, water. So also this HVAC is also a part of where we see a growth at least additional 20% over the normal people. So that may be growing about 10-11%. This is my thinking. So overall we expect that there is a growth opportunity for us overall for all the players. And looking at the mix, there may be few segments. We still feel there are few segments may not be going so well. Is the pharma industry, which we thought also quite going because of these creations in the nature of the business, pharma, textile, because export issues, the challenges what we have. There will be challenges in those segments. So overall, we see between 5 to 7% the market will be growing for.
So, which industries in India and HVAC are currently deriving the highest demand rate?
Today, HVAC, if you look at it, traditionally was with these commercial buildings. Now there is a demand coming from new segments. One of them is data centers, which we see there is a data centers primarily and the chillers and the cooling associated with the data centers. Then there is also air conditioning equipment in new markets in manufacturing of solar cells, semiconductors. It's also a new market. So naturally means the growth is coming from there. Within the traditional market, we see the infrastructure, tunnels, metros, and also the airports, organizations. Those things we see going much faster than the traditional commercial building segment, which used to be a big value for.
So, how do HVAC drives improve the energy efficiency in commercial buildings like malls, hospitals, and data centers you were talking about?
No. So what happens when you are having a drive, coupled a motor, the application like pump and fan. Generally, these pump and fans are designed for the rated speed or the film speed operations. So then the comfort cooling what is required, or maybe the flow what is required from the pump, it is not in line with exactly what is designed. Depending on several parameters, they want a reduced flow of water or the air. So in such cases, if you run the motor with a normal supply and you can't control the speed of the motor, then it comes the VFDs. So VFDs be able to regulate the speed of the motors. Because of that, there is series of energy. And then also we got built-in energy efficiency features. We can also measure how much is energy saved, what is the pattern of the energy saved at different times of the day. So people can use their own intelligence to also optimize the load also. So this is how we see opportunities coming to energy industry.
So, how is ABB positioning its drive solution to support energy efficiency and sustainability goals?
So we do have a portfolio of different product portfolio which support for the energy type. So one of the things which we are proud is to say that our drives are relatively more efficient. We have been designing the drive for the last 50 years. And the data is available openly in the website tools because of the regulations of the European Union. So they per se energy efficient. Second, there are few drives like our ultra harmonic drives, wherein the harmonics at the input side is reduced to less than 3%. So what happens when you reduce the harmonics, the energy consumed by the load is much lower.
Correct.
And sometimes these drives can also boost the voltage. Suppose there is a voltage drop. Because of that, you run the motor at the lower speed and the current drop more current. These drives can also boost the voltage, so reduce the current. So basically, you're also saving energy because the drive only, not for the process. Process we will also say pump and fan because they operate at different speed. But within the drive, there are so many features which are so good for the energy efficiency point of.
Okay. So, how are digital digitalization and IoT influencing the evolution of drive product?
So this is been integral feature for us. So we have been making our drives much more smart, much more user friendly. So we do have our control panels, these are display panels. They are also having Bluetooth enabled, wherein you can connect with the drive with the mobile, and then basically you can do the programming of these with the mobile, and you can also do a remote programming of the drive, remote commissioning also using this mobile arm. So this is so user friendly. So it makes it much more easy for the customer because of the new trends what we have.
So how do this role of smart drives and predictive maintenance play in operational efficiency?
So basically we predict what happens, right? So you have a parameters, you measure the data based on how the load pattern works. Based on that, we can also design the algorithms so that it gives necessary protection to the drives. So in this way, the drives are much more intelligent. And today we do have got parameters assets of different levels, which we can get into the drives, into the ecosystem. And we have got also in sensors called remote monitoring sensors on the drives, which can get on the Ethernet, and we can do algorithms on the BC, and then we can give trends to the customer and also tell the customer because of this temperature trend what you are seeing before, rather maybe the very time what you see in the motors, is possibility it may fail after 1 year. So this mechanism or this algorithms or this software is part of our offer to the customers.
So you are utilizing the AI also for designing and manufacturing the HVAC drive, or just in the initial stage?
No, in fact, we do have a drive, model factory bank, which is manufacturing all the drives what we display here, and we have got several technologies made in the factory, wherein the data what we manufacture is all in the part of the digital cloud. Also, we can do several algorithms based on how the drive is performed, where it is assembled, how the failure happening in each component, and this is the same platform which we use globally. So it's integrated to global ecosystem. So it's much more easy for us to scale. Second thing was what we also done in our factory here. We also introduced robots for manufacturing process, for fastening things. So much more productive, much more faster, and helps us to also reduce error in the operation process. So we have been not only introducing digitalization on the customer side as the product side, we also talk behind the products, but also in the process of manufacturing it.
So means you are running parallelly a simulation of AI already?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's right. That's how it is.
So what you have displayed, any specific products you have displayed over here?
So we have got entire portfolio of our drives, of course, the HVAC industry, and also complementing quite well with our automation portfolio, give solution for energy management, automation management, time management, building management solutions. We also complementary offering of drives with the motors, high efficiency motors, primarily permanent motors. Now these motors are much more efficient, at with additional induction what we feel. And then we have what unique offering like you should. We are offering the drive with integrated switch and the fuses. So that is as good as a panel with the drive. Normally drives are put in the panel. But if we are offering like this, they definitely to buy any computer panel. They can just put IP for drive as it is, and all them we stick it. And all the displays there with the 4-line display. This is the communication protocol. So and the new thing you found for the ultra low monitor, which is how the harmonic rate reduced. I got this. There was a demo about your 𝗔𝗖𝗥𝗘𝗫, how much harmonics, advanced fire, so much harmonics. So we also simulating customers, they understand all this. So our aim in this is to educate the customer, not to do business. That comes afterwards. But the first comes awareness. How our drives are much more better compared to what they have with them, and then make them understand. And then if they feel that we are the best, I think we are there to serve them.
Creating curiosity. So what future trends do you see in the future innovation technologies for drives and other systems in India?
Now moving forward, I think that technology in the drives will be much more solution oriented. People look for solution, not only product. They want to make sure that they are able to integrate the drives much more faster to the external world. Suppose they got a business or anything, so they want to integrate. So we do also already have a communication protocol with a drive. And they also want a redundancy, like in data centers.
Okay.
They want a redundancy in the drives, in the communication protocol. Once something fails, the other should take in. So we do also have communication protocol redundancy, which can be many done. And we make sure that the drives become much more stronger in the performance, so the drive much more efficient.
Right.
So we are bringing up a modern efficiently drives going forward, which can also control the new trend of permanent maintenance in the motor. Permanent maintenance motor requires much more faster accuracy in control. So we do have a portfolio coming up moving forward that can control also the latest technology of the motors also as such.
Oh, thank you very much for highlighting the components and the features of the drives
Thank you.
as well as its future growth. Thank you for doing it.